The Shark Deck.
Happy Father's Day, or as Mets announcer Ralph Kiner once famously said, to all your fathers out there, happy birthday. Hi, I'm Johnny Mac with your daily comedy news. Jim Gaffigan was on Drew Barrymore's show like a month ago and told some dad jokes, and your favorite daily comedy news podcast host was like, let me save these for Father's Day. All right, Jim Gaffigan said, did you hear the rumor about butter? Well, I'm not going to spread it. Ooh. Jim said, I love dad jokes because the reason dads do dad jokes is to make the children unhappy. The fact that they're so bad that they annoy a child, it brings joy to an older man. Amen. Amy Schumer was commenting on Al Pacino becoming a father. Al is 83. Amy was also commenting on Robert De Niro, 79, becoming a new father. Amy said, everyone's like, congrats. If it was Jane Fonda, people would call the police. It's weird. It doesn't make me comfortable. Kevin Hart is opening a new Hart's House. Remember, Kevin is in the fast food business. Hart House features plants-forward food, including sandwiches, salads, nuggets, fries, tots, and milkshakes. New location on the campus of USC. If you've ever been on that campus, they've got like a nice little, I call it a downtown area. I recorded a Buy Me a Coffee there about a year ago. Kenny had bought me a coffee and told me to go to the Green Logo coffee chain. There's one in this little campus area. Anyway, they're opening up a Hart House, 1,310 square feet, 4 interior seats and a standing bar. The official press release says the highlight of this location is the sprawling 2,300 square foot, beautifully lit and landscaped outdoor seating area with 40 patio seats, featuring a beautiful water fountain. I saw the renderings. Looks beautiful. George Lopez credits the Michael Jordan-era Chicago Bulls for his success. George said, on my first sitcom, it took a lot to figure out the angles for the direction of the show. We wanted to wrap it around my real life. I love the Chicago Bulls. At that time, their coach Phil Jackson had built their 5-player strategy called the Triangle, and I said, we're going to do the Triangle in comedy. The show was broken down into me and my mom and my wife, then my work, my mom and my buddy, then the kids. I worked all that in because I said, we're going to do this in triangles. It worked for Phil Jackson with the Bulls and Lakers, and it works for me. The Daily Beast spoke to Julia Louis-Dreyfus. The Beast said, Elaine's not in the pilot of Seinfeld, but you come in that second episode. What was it like to enter the world as the only female character on the show? Julia said, well, I never really approached it from the perspective of my gender per se. I wanted to play ball with everybody. I'm not going to lie, in the beginning, I didn't have a lot to do in certain episodes, and I'd go to Larry and Jerry multiple times and say, hey guys, write me more. I need to be in the show more, and that's what I kept doing, and they did. The Beast points out in the Seinfeld episodes where Jerry is working on the sitcom Jerry, they joke that they don't know how to write for a woman. Julia said, yeah, but you see, they didn't write for me as a woman. They just wrote for me, for this character, as opposed to this gender, which I think is instructive in a lot of ways from a writing point of view. They asked if they thought Elaine evolved, and Julia said, I think she evolved. I think she got angrier. I mean, you have to wonder why these 4 characters would always hang out together. They're constantly bickering. They're constantly getting into trouble in one way or another and losing money. Apparently, there was an unfilmed script about Elaine buying a gun. The network rejected the idea, which led to Larry Charles leaving the show. They asked what Julia remembered about it, and she said, I remember it didn't get a lot of laughs, and believe me, I love Larry Charles. Don't misunderstand, but that script felt a little dark. It was out of people's comfort zones, and that's saying something on that show. As for the finale, I will say, from a purely emotional point of view, it was really a delight to sit there in the courtroom and watch one guest actor after another parade through. I mean, it was like we were watching the show, so that was really fun, that aspect of it. But I understood why people were disappointed. First of all, expectations were ridiculous, but I also understood because we didn't do too much in it. Once we had been arrested and in court, it was just us sitting there watching one person after another person parade through. And if you missed it, I think it was last Sunday, definitely last weekend, I brought up as a topic that I saw on the internet. Question for you, is the character of Elaine supposed to be hot? We're not talking about Julie, we're talking about the character of Elaine. So if you missed that episode, go back in the feed. You'll find that about a week ago.
Diamond for diamond, no one compares with Mervis. At Mervis Diamond Importers, our natural diamonds come straight from the mines in Africa, and our mermaid lab-grown diamonds beat all others for quality and value. Come view our brilliant diamonds, both natural and lab-grown. Mervis diamonds are so bright and full of fire they will blow you away. So will the affordable prices. Our diamonds may steal your heart, but not your wallet. See our mermaid lab-grown diamonds and learn how to get a larger diamond for less. You can get a bigger mermaid lab-grown diamonds than you ever thought possible. And with Mervis financing, you can enjoy up to 5 years to pay with 0 interest. Our generous full-value trader policy and our lifetime warranty program easily make Mervis your first choice. When you mount a world-class Mervis diamond into a designer ring from our huge collection, there is no equal. Mervis Diamond Importers. For an appointment, call 800-HER-LOVE or go to mervisdiamond.com. Again, that's 800-HER-LOVE or go to mervisdiamond.com.
Lyle Hall, a cantankerous real estate attorney, has lost the ability to walk after a deadly car crash. But he has also gained something, the ability to read people's thoughts. And not just the living. When a girl's voice calls to him from inside the abandoned Old Vic, Lyle is given hope of regaining the use of his legs, but it quickly turns to fear. This ghostly girl says Lyle's daughter, a rookie detective, will die in 4 days. Can he save her? Find out on the first season of Ghost Hampton, a comedy horror podcast.
If you have Fox Nation, you could check out Rob Schneider's new special, Woke Up in America, featuring Schneider's signature comedic take on a variety of topics, including culture wars, living in a woke world, and navigating the nuanced times of identity politics. He'll also tackle the controversy surrounding the word woman and UFOs, plus making a movie with former President Donald Trump and his own vasectomy saga. Rob Schneider woke up in America today. Jack Whitehall did a show over in the UK, and apparently people didn't like it. iNews called it outdated laddie banter about campness and anal. This is safe stuff from a comedian who knows how to please his loyal fans, but not the rest of us. The show promises an exploration of his newfound maturity. He's in a long-term relationship. He bought a dog and is now expecting his first child. His days of drinking, drugs, and one-night stands are over. He tells us, "This show feels like a pivotal moment for me." But real depth never truly emerges. Meanwhile, The Guardian gave it 2 stars and said the stand-up promises more mature work to match his imminent parenthood, but the material remains superficial. Okay, kind of the same review, right? While he gets decent comedy out of his girlfriend's inquisitive TV habits, his engagement with this stuff remains superficial at isolated moments only. He tries to give us something more about his social anxiety or how we should be celebrating representation whenever we see it. Is the boy finally becoming a man? Maybe so, but on this evidence, he won't put aside childish things without a struggle. Ooh, not good. And from Far Out magazine, they have uncovered the Sandler-Verse. The Sandler-Verse theory points to running gags and returning characters who seem to crop up time and time again throughout Adam Sandler movies. YouTuber Sean Cohn has a detailed video explaining some of the examples, like Rob Schneider's "You Can Do It" jeer from The Waterboy appearing again in Little Nicky. Then Sandler himself says the line in 2001's The Animal. The caddy from Happy Gilmore also appears in Jack and Jill. The appearance of pro golfer Chubbs Peterson shows up in Little Nicky in 2000. Some characters have shown up time and time again, including Officer Jack Pugh, Eric Lamonsoff, and 10-Second Tom. When Adam Sandler was asked if he'd like a multiverse team-up movie like a Marvel thing, Sandler said, "I'd like that. I'd like to get mentally ready for that. That'll probably happen in maybe another 35 years. We're going to get to that." And that is your comedy news for today. Happy Father's Day. Follow the show for free on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Smash that like button on YouTube. See you tomorrow. All right, enough with the negativity. Hi, I'm Johnny Mac, host of 5 Good News Stories. It's a podcast twice a week. Every episode, I curate 5 heartwarming, uplifting news stories from around the world, showcasing the best of humanity, tales of kindness, fun animal stories, quirky items in the news, and you know what? More often than not, something about McDonald's. Can't explain why. I'll bring you a range of stories that will leave you feeling hopeful and optimistic. Start your day on a positive note. The number 5 Good News Stories. It'll make you smile. It'll start your day on a good note. 5 Good News Stories, wherever you get your podcasts.